go pay your tour.
Yo, what
Yo,
is up,
son.
boxing world? We're coming at you with another banger, and let's start it off right away. We got KP and we got Adrian on the line. All right, so really quickly, guys. So Usyk and Anthony Joshua. There was a rumor that Anthony Joshua was supposedly going to take $15 million as step aside money to allow Tyson Fury and Usyk to do their thing. Apparently, that's not the case. It's all BS. So it looks like that fight's going to go down. So, guys, let me get your thoughts on Usyk and Anthony Joshua, too. I know Julius is big on Alexander Usyk, so we'll start with him. What do you think?
A little bit of the same thing. I predicted that Usyk was gonna beat Joshua like 2 or 3 years ago. I always just felt it was a terrible style matchup for Joshua, and I just kind of feel like, in my opinion, Joshua should take some form of step aside money, get a tune up. The same way I felt Deontay Wilder shouldn't have taken the trilogy with Deontay Wilder. He should take a tune up. Sugar. Oh, this is not gonna be good. This might not be good, Johnny.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, you got to mute yourself and come back on. It's all good, bro.
Yeah, I'll be right back, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, let's get Adrian's thoughts. Adrian, so what do you think about that fight? How do you think it goes down?
I think that I don't know why Joshua wants the rematch. I don't think he needs more time, I think, to even make it a close fight.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the cards were as close as they were. And listen, he came out. The one thing I love about Joshua is he came out and was like, "Nope, wasn't for me," and he squashed the rumors, which is pretty cool, you know?
Yeah. Do you think he should have taken that step aside money to $15 million? Like, do you think that would be a much smarter investment, because he probably has a better chance at beating Tyson Fury than he does Usyk?
Yeah. I think he was just worried more so. I think he's more worried about being, getting skipped. So I mean, he truly believes he could, in his words, win 4 more rounds. So
I don't know if he won. I don't think he won. I think I gave him like 2 rounds in the fight, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you did, but the judges gave him more than that. So
yeah,
in his eyes, he only needs to improve slightly to win a decision. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that the judges gave him more than that.
Yeah,
I honestly,
I
think I maybe gave him like 1. I struggled to give him 2, honestly, bro.
Yeah,
I
thought they stopped the fight early, and I thought AJ got stopped. So
he should have gotten stopped. I'm not sure what happened, but there was like 10 seconds left or something like that, and they rang the bell, or I think the ref might have like waved it off or some shit. I don't remember what happened, but yeah, he should have gotten stopped pretty much. Like, if the ref would have let the fight go on, he probably get stopped. KP, really quickly, man, go ahead and continue with what you were saying, bro. Break down.
I'm good. My mic's back on.
Yeah, you're good.
I just feel it's gonna be the same thing. If not, I don't agree with you guys that it should have been a stoppage. I think it was like 8 seconds left. I don't think it was gonna be a stoppage. I can see a stoppage maybe in the rematch with Usyk being a little bit even more confident going into this fight to take a little bit more risk in there. But I just overall feel Usyk is just too good of a boxer. I'm a Joshua fan. I think Joshua is good. I just think it's a terrible style matchup for Joshua. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the same thing. I don't care for the rematch personally. I'm not interested in the rematch at all. I think he should take step aside. I think his style matches up way better competitively with Tyson Fury than it does with Usyk. I think he should step aside, let them fight it out for all the belts. And you want a big fight, Joshua versus Wilder, you know what I mean? Or Joshua versus Otto Wallin, or Joshua versus Dylan White too. Something different, get another fight in, train, prepare for Usyk or something, you know what I mean? But I don't care for that fight, to be honest, bro. I think it's gonna be the same thing. I only gave him, I think, 2 rounds as well, if that. He had his moments. He landed some big shots here and there, but Usyk is just too good, bro. It's too good.
Do you think, and this question is, I'm asking Adrian first. So do you think if Joshua just stops trying to box and he actually uses his size and just goes at Usyk, do you think he has a much better chance?
I think that's the better game plan for him, because I think all of us agree the technical style matchup he'll lose because Usyk's a way better boxer. He's quicker. I you know what I mean. Like I said, even if he goes for broke, I saw him get wobbled a few times. So I think it is. But to answer your question, yes, I think him keeping it on the inside and just giving it all he's got early, and with the intentions of trying to get a stoppage, is a better game plan than trying to fight a technical style against a superior boxer.
Yeah. So same question to you, KP, man. Do you think like if Joshua just kind of just uses his size and just goes at Usyk with everything? I mean, throws everything, put the kitchen sink at him. Do you think he has? Do you give him any chance at all to win the fight, to win that rematch?
I mean, it's a heavyweight fight, so you have to give Joshua a puncher's chance. You know what I mean? If he can land, he has one of the meanest uppercuts in boxing right now. But to tell Joshua to go out there and fight a style that's not his style, it's like telling Deontay Wilder to go out there and box. I mean, like to go out there and stick and move. That's not Joshua's style. Joshua has always been a boxer puncher. You know what I mean? He's not a bully fighter. And Joshua has always struggled with the guys who are shorter than him. If you look at his track record with his toughest matchups were with the guys who came from up under him. And so that was the same reason when the Andy Ruiz fight got called out. Like I announced, I told a lot of people this is not an easy fight for Joshua, and everybody's like, this is a cherry pick, this is easy, blah, blah. And I said, no, Andy's a nightmare stylistic matchup. And we saw what happened. Usyk, to be an Usyk, you have to have like a style like a Maidana, the Derek Chisora. I mean, but we saw he beat Derek, but that rough and rugged, grab you, make it dirty, show you no type of respect, headbutt you, elbow you, make it rough and ugly is the only way that you're really gonna to beat Usyk. There's nothing that Joshua has in his arsenal besides landing. He can land an uppercut or something. I mean, he couldn't really in the first fight. There's nothing he can do, bro. And to think that he can go out there and just completely change his style after a couple months, I just don't see it.
Do you think that there's any heavyweight in the division right now, and I'm talking about not just superstars in general, that can give Alexander Usyk or probably beat him, that has the style to beat him right now currently?
That's not Fury?
Yeah, other than Fury.
No.
Nothing.
Give him a good fight or beat him. What is the question? I think there's a lot of good fights.
So pretty much. Let me rephrase it. Do you think there's any heavyweight right now currently that can beat Usyk?
Yeah, Tyson is fair. I think Usyk can beat Tyson, but I think Tyson is the one who can beat Usyk. Other than that, off the top of my head, I think who today can beat Usyk? Nobody. Give him some good fights. There's probably a couple guys that can matchup wise make the fights a little interesting, but no.
Yo.
No.
Okay, I hear you now. Yep, I can hear you. Go ahead. Yo, I think we lost him.
You hear me?
Yo, can you hear us? Yeah, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bang was trying to call me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you sent the link correctly, right?
Definitely. Give him a call back. Give him a call back, and just make sure that everything's good.
But yeah, bro, all the heavyweights. Let me finish. I don't think anybody right now beats him. Tough matchups. Jared Anderson off the eye test is looking real interesting, but he's a boxer. So even his style, like even if he is the elite of the elite, his style to me doesn't beat Usyk. Maybe can be competitive. Being athletic, young, strong, and you know what I mean. It can maybe competitive matches there. But I believe Usyk is only looking for like one or two more fights. I think he's gonna retire, is what he said. But I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know where Adrian just went, but I'm trying to call Bang back.
No, Bang, he's just texting me now saying he's gonna join.
Okay, we go.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. All right, so same question applies to you, Adrian. Do you think that there's any heavyweight currently right now, other than Tyson Fury, that can beat Usyk?
That I would pick to beat Usyk? No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
I would love Wilder, not Luis Ortiz.
No, Wilder. Wilder needs to retire. You know what? It would be nice to see the winner of Wilder and Ruiz get a shot at the winner of Usyk or like I want to see Usyk in there because he's willing. I think Usyk's the type of fighter that will fight. He'll fight anybody. So I want to see him in there with some like a bigger heavyweight that's got some skill, not just you know the robotic English style of boxing like Joshua. So
Do you think if Anthony Joshua loses again to Usyk, do you think his career not necessarily done, but do you think like it'll just go downhill from there?
No, because he's got a country backing him. It's not like in America where a fighter gets a loss and we just throw him in the garbage. He still could sell out arenas. He's still extremely well spoken. DAZN has him on a big time contract. He could easily fight, recycled, the Charosas of the world or, these other bum ass, UK fighters, and he'll sell out arenas. He'll make money, and then he's always going to be doing well for himself.
Cool, Julius. What do you think?
Reset that question.
So, do you think if Anthony Joshua loses the fight, the rematch to Usyk, do you think his career just is on the decline now at that point?
No, I think it's the Conor McGregor effect. He's too big for his career to just go down like that from a loss. As long as he stays active and gets right back on the horse, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think anybody's really picking him to beat Usyk. I think it's kind of already a conclusion that Usyk is going to beat him again. So I think it depends on how he loses. If he makes the fight way more competitive and he loses in a closer fight, if he gets a knockdown, I think he'll get a lot more respect. But if he goes out there and gets blown out the water, I mean, people already dislike Joshua. You know what I mean? The Wilder fans, they already say, he's bum, he's not that good, overrated. So I don't really see him losing to Usyk doing too much respect. Now, if he goes out there and loses to a Derek Chisora or something, then yeah, his career is probably pretty much over. But Usyk is the elite of the elite, man. Like, I don't think so, bro.
Okay, cool. So moving forward, so let's talk about the Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman fight. That's something we haven't touched on yet on here. So I want to get Bang. I know he's going to be on there. Bang is a sparring partner for Keith Thurman. Definitely going to get his insight on it. But Julius, let's start with you, man. I know you got insight on Keith Thurman's people and you know kind of what's going on. What do you think about this fight, man? Who do you got and how do you think they do it?
I'm gonna go like how I think the fight's gonna play out.
Yes. How do you think it goes?
Yeah. I got Thurman. I think, in my opinion, Thurman should stop Mario within 6 to 8 rounds. I'm being fair. I'm giving Mario's a durable guy. You know what I mean? I think people write him off a little too quickly. And yeah, I'm a Keith Thurman fan, so I'm not just trying to boost Mario. I think Mario's always been a durable guy. I never thought he was like the most skilled guy or the most elite guy, but he's durable. You know what I mean? He showed in that one fight. I think it was the Russian. I thought that he lost that fight, but he did take a lot of punishment. His eye was swollen up. He doesn't have quit. Even versus Gervonta Tank Davis, who's smaller, but he did take a lot of big shots, and he just doesn't quit. Now, Keith Thurman is a bigger guy than a Tank Davis. He's more explosive than Tank, and he's a bigger puncher than Tank, but Keith is coming off of a 3-year layoff. So if anybody's going to be able to give Keith a competitive matchup or like that's not supposed to, now was the time. You know what I mean? Okay. I do think Mario is tall. He's lengthy. We do know Keith is a very fast starter. I think this fight he's going to come out guns blazing and jump on Mario from round 1. I feel Keith should be able to get him. I don't think Mario has anything in his punches to make Keith respect him. So I got Keith at 6. That's my opinion.
Okay. Do you think Mario Barrios poses a style that could trouble Keith Thurman?
My opinion, no, because Mario is more of like a boxer. You know what I mean? He's more of like a boxer, a point fighter. You know what I mean? You can't outbox Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is an excellent boxer and he's an excellent puncher. And Keith Thurman can mix it up. He can fight going forward. He can fight going backwards. I think people forget how good Keith Thurman actually is. You know, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. I don't think people are truly like.
But that's okay. Losing to Manny Pacquiao, that's okay.
But yeah, it's Manny Pacquiao. You know, a lot of people lost to Manny Pacquiao, but Keith Thurman had a lot of injuries. Not just going into that fight, but his prior couple, even versus the Danny Garcia, he had bone spurs in his elbows, messed up hands. Like, and there's no excuses, but Keith was just pushing through and fighting. You know what I mean? I think right now, Keith is going to be the healthiest he's been in a long time. He's in very great shape. That's one thing I can say about Keith Thurman. That dude's conditioning is on another level. Mario's his durability. That's it. If I don't see his style doing anything to pose Keith Thurman a real threat. You know what I mean?
What about the body punching?
think that's an overrated assessment. Like he took who was it, Luis Colazo, got him with a liver shot or was it a kidney shot? It was either shot is terrible.
Yeah.
He didn't go down. He ran. He moved. He recovered, and he got the stoppage. I mean, and then who else had hurt him to the body? And Colazo is a heavy puncher. He was not the most skilled fighter, but he's always been known for power. And
Yeah, I think Danny also got him in the body too as well.
Danny got him. I don't think it was so severe as Lewis, but I think Lewis was the most like, oh, you know what I mean. And then Jose Cito Lopez cracked him with a good shot. No, I don't think the body punching, bro. Because Keith is not a guy. It's not like he's been stopped by body punching. It's not like he gets overly dropped by body punches. He's been hurt to the body. And he knows how to recover. I mean, I think that's an overrated assessment of just go to his body. It's also sounds a lot easier to do than done. Because Danny Garcia goes to the body. Danny Garcia has a lot of punching power. Danny Garcia really couldn't do anything to the body. You know what I mean? So I think it's overrated assessment in my opinion. Okay.
So pretty much it's just a myth. The whole Keith body doesn't like body punching. You think that's just a myth?
No, I don't think. I don't think no one likes body punching. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone likes getting the body. You know what I mean?
So we're now being joined by Bang. Hey Bang, how you doing, man? Nice to have you on the stream. Can you hear us?
Yo, what's up? Yeah.
All right, yeah, he can hear us. Perfect. So Bang, I'm glad you just dropped in right now, man. So we were just talking about Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios, man. You've been a guy who shared the ring with Keith Thurman. You know what he can do. You know what he's capable of firsthand. How do you see that fight going, man?
Me personally, I think it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna start off probably like filling each other. Well, Barrios gonna be doing a lot of filling out. Keith coming out. He coming out to get him out of there.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that Mario Barrios has a style that could pose a threat to Keith Thurman at all?
Yeah, body punches.
Body punches, right? KP was just saying that's a myth. KP, you got a sparring partner telling you the body punches myth, man.
Yeah, body punches, but I don't know. This is the first time ever I've ever seen Keith with a 6-pack.
Oh, with a 6-pack, man. So, hey, man. So, Bang. Let me ask you something, bro. How I know you don't want to leak too much out, but just to generalize it, how's Keith's training camp been for this fight?
Well, it's been pretty good, man. He's been looking real. He's been sparring like 15 rounds with like 5 different people. So he's been doing his thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not one of those 5, but you know, I get to witness it.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't sparred with him at all this camp?
Nah, not this camp.
Oh man. Okay, but you've seen it. You've been there. You know firsthand what's going on.
Yeah.
So really quickly, man. How do you think Keith Thurman wins this fight?
By knockout.
By knockout? You think he stops him?
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a statement.
On the first 6 rounds.
Mm-hmm. The first 6 rounds. That's a hell of a statement. So, Bang, man, I know you're somebody that's been around the block. First of all, let people know, for the viewers who don't really know who you are, man. Just let them know what's your current record right now.
I'm an up and coming middleweight. 2 wins, 2 knockouts, 1 loss by majority decision. I'm just looking to build my record up, you know, learn the game, get better, and then take some of these so-called big fights at middleweight.
Okay, so you're 160 pounder. Okay,
yeah,
great.
Big middleweight. I'm like 6'2", 6'3".
Perfect. So really quick question, man. So who have you shared the ring with? And I'm talking about sparring wise. Like who are guys that you've been in there with?
I've been in the ring with Keith Thurman, Anthony Jarrell. I've been in the ring a long time ago with Isaac Chilemba. I think that's his name.
Wow.
I've been in the ring with a lot of people. Leroy Thomas, couple local guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the ring with Silky Wilkie as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, so you've been in there with a lot of good. Okay, cool. So you know what you're talking about. What'd you say?
I said I've been in there with a lot of people.
Awesome, man. So what's next for you, man? You got anything planned? You got any fight coming up?
I'm looking to be fighting probably in March on the I think it's Jermell Charlo undercard.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. How's camp going for that so far?
Say it again.
How's camp been for that?
Oh, it's going good.
And
I was in camp with Keith. Only reason I'm not in there right now like that because I had caught COVID. So, you know, I had to basically sit back, relax, you know, quarantine, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to make sure I keep my weight low and then get ready for sparring.
How was it? Did it affect you bad or not too bad? How was COVID for you?
This is my second time actually, so the second time was pretty bad.
Wow.
Second time was pretty bad. Yeah, I was pretty messed up. Especially once I realized I had it, it made it like 100 times worse.
Oh my goodness gracious. So, hey man, so I want to get your thoughts on the fight that we were talking about when we first started. The Anthony Joshua Alexander Usyk rematch, man. How do you see that going down? Do you think that Anthony Joshua does anything different that could probably win him the fight? Do you think Usyk just has his number? Do you think Usyk's style is just way too much for Joshua? What do you think about that?
I think Usyk got his number. I think he got his number.
No chance at all for Anthony?
I don't feel like Joshua's going to be able to. Like, I understand how he came back and he beat Andy and all that. He just switched it up. He just boxed more. He stayed away from him. But with Usyk, he's going to come, man. He's going to be throwing them. He's going to throw a lot of combination, a lot of punches. I really don't think it's too much Joshua can do.
Okay.
I don't think he's knocked out, but I do see him getting beat.
Do you think it's just another 12-0? Do you think Joshua makes it a little bit more competitive this time?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, man. So really quickly, man, let the viewers know, bro, what got you into boxing?
My cousin.
Yeah, my cousin's a pro as well.
We grew up like in a fight on the street and stuff like that, but he wanted to box. I didn't want to box. it was something he wanted to do. I only did it because he wanted to do it. And like my first week there, I beat up like 3 or 4 different dudes on different spar days. And then I came back on a Friday, and I'm like 16, 17 years old, and they put me in a ring with a 28-year-old, and he beat me up. Then I ain't come back.
Oh goodness gracious, that's hilarious. So really quickly, man, so moving on, we got Tank versus Rolly. Signed, delivered, man. That was a fight that was supposed to happen last year. It didn't because of sexual allegations. Rolly has since cleared his name. How do you guys feel about that fight? KP, let's start with you, man.
A terrible fight. I'm tired of Tank. I'm tired of Tank taking these C-level, D-level fights. Tank has not fought anybody credible since Jose Pedraza. I believe that was back in 2016 or 17. I might have the date wrong, but it was 2016 or 17. It's 2022, bro. When is Tank gonna fight another top lightweight in his division? Rolly is green. He's sloppy. You know what I mean? I don't want to disrespect the man, bro, but he's not an elite fighter. He lost his last fight and got a gift decision over I think it was the Dominican fighter who Comey knocked out. I think it was early knockout the fight after Rolly. You know, Rolly got outboxed bad. I mean, I get it. It's entertaining for us, haha. They're gonna talk trash to each other and troll. But as a pure boxing fan, I want to see Tank versus the other echelon of his division. I'm tired of these C-D level fighters.
Especially at his age, bro. Especially at his age. Yeah, if he was like 21, 22, but the dude is like 28, like it's time, man. Like you're at your prime. You know what I mean? It's time.
Time to fight somebody. I mean, but on my opinion, since no matter what my opinion is, I don't want to see the fight, but it's gonna happen. Tank should stop Rolly within 5 rounds. Rolly gets hit easy. He doesn't have no defense. Everybody talks about his punching. He's heavy-handed, okay, bro. But in 8-ounce gloves, not too many fighters. I get some people are pillow punchers and stuff like that, but most of these guys have heavy punches. Tank has been hit hard before. I'm not too worried about Rolly's punching power. He don't have the skills to set up the type of punches that's gonna hurt Gervonta. Gervonta should walk through him and beat him up. I'm not. That's my opinion on the fight.
I was actually gonna ask. Do you think his punching power, Rolly's punching power, makes it interesting at all?
No.
Not at all. All right, Adrian, man, let me get your thoughts on that fight.
I think the build-up is going to make the fight entertaining. I think that the best chance Rolly has in this fight is to try to get under Tank's skin, have him fight a different way. And I think if Rolly lands, he can hurt and stop Tank. If I had to bet, I think this is an easy fight for Tank if he fights technical, but if he fights emotional, I think he could get dropped. I agree with everything Ju said. He's not a good technical fighter. He's sloppy. He's weird. He throws punches at he throws punches like an MMA fighter. You know, They're like weird angles. I'm not sure.
He picked up boxing late. I think he's only been boxing for like 4 or 5 years. So he's not like these other guys.
But he's an excellent. He's an excellent self promoter. So your buddy over here in here, take after him. The guy knows how to promote himself. As crazy as it sounds, but I'm rooting for him. I think a lot of the boxing hardcore fans are rooting for Rolly. So
definitely no. I'll give him that. He's probably one of the best talkers in the game right now. Bang, how do you see this fight going? What do you think about it?
Knockout, man.
Knockout for Tank.
Ain't gonna knock him out.
Do you think Rolly's power makes it interesting at all whatsoever, or you think this is an easy wash?
He get knocked out.
Well, why couldn't Tank knock out Isaac Cruz?
Style make fight. Rolly don't fight like Isaac.
Yeah, Cruz is a way more technical fighter than Rolly. You know what I mean?
I know.
Rolly real wild.
Mm-hmm.
Cruz running that wild, man.
It's crazy. You would never think with Rolly's style, you would never think that he was a guy that Mayweather brought up. You know what I mean? With the kind of style that he has, he kind of reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to him.
I think Floyd picked him up because Rolly stayed in the gym, and like you said, he knows how to self-promote. He's entertaining. I don't think his skills was what caught his eye. I think it was his mouth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Entertaining, Latino, big puncher. I think that's more so what Floyd seeing him. But he ain't seen no skills.
I don't think Tank is that good, to be honest with you. For us to just assume he's gonna win, like
he's it's tricky because like in a way I kind of agree with you, but he has like this weird. He's technical. Like you could tell he's got skill. But when
and I'm not taking anything away from him, but at the same time,
he kind of just comes forward.
You're talking about a guy that doesn't fight the top guys. It's not if he was fighting the Cambosos or the Ryan Garcias or this guy's not fighting anyone. He's not fighting the top guys. Mm-hmm. So is this going to be on pay-per-view?
Probably. It would not surprise me. Listen, is he still with PBC?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so if they put Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view, they're gonna put this fight on pay-per-view.
I don't think the Thurman fight should be on pay-per-view. I think that's going to be the biggest issue for Thurman. But
I don't know. I think that's a good fight. Bro.
He's fought twice in 5 years.
No. I'm talking about the fight. Like I know Keith Thurman has been inactive. That's cool, whatever. But
it's
Mario
$75.
I'm not paying. I'm not this shit.
But I think overall, just only facts. Let me just finish. He's only fought twice in 5 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. A lot of casuals and you have hardcore fans think he's washed. I don't think so. Mm-hmm. It's PBC. It's their first pay-per-view this year. It's $75. People are complaining about UFC cards being $75, and UFC gives you like amazing prelims, everything. Mm-hmm. $75. A guy's only fought twice in 5 years. He's not fighting a big name. It's a tough ask. I think.
I agree with you.
He better hope the knockout that Bang says is going to happen goes viral because no one's going to watch that fight.
Now, I think, hold on, Adrian. I agree with you. This is not a pay-per-view worthy fight. A lot of these pay-per-views that they've been giving us is not worth $75. I do think a lot of people are going to tune in, though, via streams, via bars or whatever. I do think a lot of people are going to watch this fight. More people watch Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz than I thought would watch it. I don't think they bought it.
What did that pay-per-view do, by the way? I never found out.
I think they said, I don't know, like, I don't think it came out at 25,000 or something. I don't know.
25. Jesus Christ, dude. Battle rap sells more than that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The URL. But it's not $75 though. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Wow. I mean, I guess at $75, 25. I don't know.
Hold on. I wanted to touch
on at $75. They need at least 50,000 sales to break even.
Yeah.
I want to touch on one thing that Adrian was saying before we get too far. With the tank saying that Tank is not that good. I'm not a Gervonta Tank Davis fan whatsoever. I do think he needs to step up in this competition, but I do think he does have elite level skills. I just want him to show it. You know what I mean? He does a lot of small things in the ring that elite fighters do. I don't think that he will fight emotional versus Rolly. I think I think Tank is a better fighter, a better boxer than what people think. You know what I mean? Tank can box. And when he uses it, he sometimes has a decent jab. He has very fast twitch, reflexes. Rolly is too wild and wide, bro. He's gonna come swinging, and I just feel like Tank is gonna catch him with an uppercut or hook in between his punches. We got to give Tank his credit for that. He can fight. I just think he needs to step up his competition. That's all. But he can fight.
Oh, real quick, another point though, in the favor of Rolly, because I think if you poll every hardcore fan, they're gonna pick Tank. Rolly is significantly bigger. He's a big boy, man. You know, he's not one of these little shit weight guys that, you know, stays at like 140, 150. He's a big kid, man. I think I know he like lies about his weight, but I think he walks around at 175.
Tank?
You know, almost 180. No, Rolly.
Oh, Rolly. Oh, okay.
Rolly's big, man. He's got a big brain.
He is a big.
He's not a little guy.
He is.
So
big dude.
If Tank goes in there confident, thinking I'm just gonna, you know, go in there and just one punch this guy, he could get caught. And I'm telling you, it's different when you got someone that, you know, gets you emotional and talk shit. He's never fought anyone like that, you know?
Well, size-wise, Mario is bigger than Rolly.
Brandon Walker says Rolly don't walk around at that. I don't know. He's a big dude.
Look at his Instagram. He's always he'll post like on his live feed, like he'll post like him sitting on a scale, and it's like, you know, 175, 180. I'm like, well, I don't know how the fuck that's possible.
They said, "Are y'all really making a case for Rolly?"
No,
I'm making a case that it's going to be a lot closer than what people say. That people think.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think the only thing he has is just a puncher's chance, bro. Bang, what do you think? Like, do you think there's any form of like human possibility that Rolly can probably win this fight at all whatsoever?
Not by decision. It got to be by knockout.
It's got to be by knockout. That's what I'm saying. But do you think there's a possibility? Like,
nah, man.
You ain't betting on it? Honestly, I'm not either.
I feel like Tank will knock him out before he can even try.
Mm-hmm.
I take nothing away from Rolly here. I'm going to say what Floyd always say. He's a hell of a fighter, but not doubt.
He's a hell of a fighter. Hey, that's going to be – I don't know. I don't care what you guys say. That's going to be an interesting fight, bro.
It's gonna be
very entertaining.
It's gonna be a good first.
It's gonna sell at least 200 pay-per-views. 200
probably, but that's mainly because of Rolly, the way he sells.
Yeah, it'll sell
200,000. The way Rolly like presents himself and promotes himself, bro. I think it. I don't know about 200, but it's close. I think it'll do. Yeah, what do you think, Bang? How many pay-per-views do you think it does?
Rolly gonna sell it. He's gonna sell it.
You think Rolly's gonna sell it? That's what I'm saying, bro.
Did we ever get a number for the last fight with Cruz? They said under 100.
Hold on, let me look that up. Give me a second.
There hasn't. I don't think you can find it.
It's echoing.
Oh, yeah, somebody's echoing.
Hey, yo, somebody got a crazy echo.
Yeah, I think it's Brandon.
Yeah,
no, Brandon.
Hold on. Let me leave. I'm gonna leave and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, when you added the last kid.
All right. Let me look it up really quickly. I don't know if we ever.
It said under 100, which means it could be 50, 20, 30, 80. Who know? 99.
What are you guys?
But to be fair, though, like Isaac Cruz, does he even speak English?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, but Isaac Cruz was a standing opponent, so you can't really judge it off that.
None of these fighters.
I'm just saying sales-wise, because Rolly knows how to promote himself, unlike 99% of boxers. He's going to play the bad guy. And, I mean, Tank, he's too dumb to play anything. But, like, he doesn't really, like, if it wasn't for PBC, like, why they made him a pay-per-view star this early in his career, it's still a little mind-boggling because he would be more popular if he fought on free TV and more people saw him. Because it's not like he's fighting the top guys either. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm mad as shit at you for making the case for Rolly. What the fuck, man? I'm
making a case that it's going to be closer than what's been said. He's not that bad of a fighter.
I think no, he's absolutely.
I agree. He's absolutely
skill level wise, he is one of the worst fighters at the lower weights that I've seen him around in a while.
Yeah, like, he's got power.
Really quickly, let me ask Bang really quickly. Bang, do you think Rolly do you think he has any skills at all? Do you agree with us that he's just ass?
Nah, he just got power. That's it.
Exactly. He's cheeks. Adrian, listen, this is the pro fighter talking to you. He's telling you he's cheeks.
I'm not disagreeing, but what I'm saying is you have a significantly bigger guy who's really strong, and he talks shit. If he gets him emotional, don't be surprised if right first round, Tank gets put on his ass. And then you guys are like, oh, what happened? No, I knew it. No, it could happen. It's boxing.
I mean,
Tank Davis.
I guess you have a point.
Fighter.
I see what you're saying,
Right, it is
but
boxing.
I wouldn't bank money on it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
Tank-
gonna. I'm betting on it because
I
the
see
odds
Tank
are gonna be
watching
great.
him pretty easy.
Hey, yo,
I'm
bro,
expecting the odds to be great for that one.
you
so.
might as well just rip up some money and just throw it in the air like confetti.
Well,
That's-
people said the same thing about Francis Ngannou winning by decision, and I made that bet. I made that bet live on our last stream, and I said, "Look, the way these judges are calling, everyone thought I was crazy. They were like, nah, he's gonna gas. He's gonna gas." So
Is Francis
it's fighting.
Ngannou
No one
rolling?
knows. No one knows. This is why they're fighting.
Is Francis Ngannou rolling?
No,
Rolly is
definitely not.
cheeks.
You're talking two different
Rolly,
sports.
did you see Rolly? Like he was working on his reflexes. Did you watch that shit?
Yeah, he looked
What are we
weird.
talking like? And you got the nerve to be talking about this dude for 15 minutes?
He's cool though, man. Come on, man. Rolly's a good guy.
Wait.
If we could have him on a podcast, we would have so much fun.
Yeah.
In Adrian's defense, Deontay Wilder was ass, and he was knocking everybody out. So I give Adrian saying got punch his chance.
Yeah, we don't judge heavyweights. We judge like
I'm not saying that though, but I'm just saying like basically what Adrian is saying is boxing and one big punch and land. I think that's what Adrian's saying. I think Adrian's more so hoping because he wants to bet on it that he can land something big. But
yeah, listen, there's difference between having an opinion and then like betting it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if the odds I'm thinking right now for Rolly to knock him out, it's probably going to be like plus 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
So $100 wins you 1,200, and it's not like that's not a bad bet if you think about it, especially if you parlay it with some other sports or fights that go on the same day. You could do really well. That's all I'm saying. If you bet, I mean, if you're in a state where sports betting isn't a thing, you wouldn't understand. But like in Jersey, it's been legal for a while. So,
Yo, Bang, let me ask you a quick question. What round does Rolly get washed in?
I'm gonna say I want to give it the first 5, bro.
You said the first round?
The first 5. The first 5.
Oh, the first 5. Oh, I thought you said the first round.
Yeah, nah. I mean, if he come out crazy in the first round, he can get dropped in the first round.
yeah, I would say it's not 6.
So I'm pretty sure all of us here are in agreement that Rolly is getting washed. What round do you guys think he gets washed in? This is for everybody.
I got Tank stopping him inside 6 rounds.
All right, Adrian, what about you?
I think it won't last more than 4 or 5 rounds. I don't see this fight lasting more than 4 or 5. It's
YSM Sports. Thank you for gracing us. By the way, thank you for being on. What do you guys think? What do you think, YSM?
All right, so Brandon's actually okay with Rolly. I think Rolly and Maurice Hooker is like one and two of the worst fighters on an elite level I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say 2-3 rounds. Turkey.
Brandon, you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, what about you? What do you think? What round does he get?
I think it's a competitive fight.
He said a competitive fight. No.
I told you he's cool with Rolly.
Stop it.
Rolly's stopping him, yo. Rolly's stopping him in 4.
Nah, bro, it's
a lot of money.
it's a competitive fight, bro. Rolly has bad technique and all that, but bro, and as far as from what I hear in the gyms and all that, bro, he stops a lot of good fighters.
I mean, that's sparring, bro. It's different.
It's still fighting, bro. People always it's still fighting. Shit. You think people just lay down and just get their ass beat?
Yeah, but think about what we heard Tio say. Me and you know that personally.
Yeah, and then look how he looked.
Yeah, but in a fight, I heard he was getting his ass whooped before Comey, and he went out there and he starched him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Richard Comey's not that good, bro.
But listen. Let me ask Bang. He'd know firsthand. Bang, how much different is it sparring and being in a real fight?
It's different, bro. It's different.
Please let Brandon know.
I ain't gonna make it seem like I'm perfect every time I speak.
Well, real quick, how much different you got? Chin Tucker and Barrett.
Hold on. Repeat that again. You broke up, Adrian.
Yeah, you was breaking up.
I think he might be frozen.
Yeah, I think he lagged out.
Yeah, he must be driving. He probably got T-Mobile or something. Anyway. But really quickly, Bang, back to the subject at hand, bro. So there's a lot of these guys that they don't understand. They think that sparring and fighting, like Brandon, he thinks that sparring and fighting is listen. You like, for example, who was that guy that gave Mayweather like a lot of trouble in sparring?
Paul Spadafore.
Paul Spider, whatever the fuck, however you say his name.
I think it was the white guy, right?
Yeah, him. None of us would have picked Paul Spider, whatever, however you say his name, to beat Mayweather in a real fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, sparring in real fighting, bro, is like so different. It's different when you got people watching you. The crowd is chanting for Mayweather and they're not chanting for you.
Johnny, that guy was an undefeated lightweight champion, bro.
Mm-hmm. But would you have picked him to beat Mayweather?
No, probably not. But I mean, but do you know who he was? Like, do you even know who he was? That's the thing.
No, I don't personally. I don't know about his
Paul Spadafore is like 48-1 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, you're making it seem like it was some nobody that just whipped his ass in sparring.
I'm not saying that. I just asked you, would you pick him to beat Floyd? You said no. So you just proved my point.
He's just saying just because he put hands on Floyd in sparring don't mean he'll do it in a fight.
Exactly. Not at all.
But sparring does matter. It's a precursor. You know what I mean? People act like sparring doesn't matter. It matters.
It matters, but what happens in sparring don't mean it's gonna happen in the fight. Like for example, I'll give you an example. I've been watching Keith beat the shit out of 5 different people. That don't mean he gonna just go out there and just knock Barrios out in the first round.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I would like that to happen, but that don't mean it's gonna happen like that.
Hey, is your name Ben or Bang?
It's Bang.
Bang. All right, let me ask you a question, right? When you spar, you use the 16s?
Yeah, we use 16, sometimes 18s.
All right, what's the biggest difference? And obviously, besides the weight, what's the biggest difference between hitting somebody with a 16 and hitting somebody with 18?
It's a lot of pad on them.
Oh, did he freeze?
No, he's there. Oh, did he freeze?
Oh man.
Yo, Bang. Oh, he froze for like a split second. Yeah, you.
Oh shit.
He's probably gonna rejoin. I think he just lost.
Bro, I could answer that for you. The difference between 16s and 8s and 10s, that's a huge difference, bro. If you put some 8-ounce gloves and hit the bag, oh my god, bro, you'll feel like your Thomas Hearns or some shit.
I want Bang to answer the question. Though,
I got more than out, man. This version.
No, you go ahead. So Brandon, ask him your question again, or YSM.
I was asking, like, what's the difference between sparring 16s and 18s and sparring 8s? Does it technique change? Like, besides
more pads on. The bigger the gloves, the more pads on them. So a punch you would hit somebody with 16s might not be the same effect if you had on like 20s or 18s. If you understand.
You get tired faster?
Bang.
What do you say?
Do you get tired faster with the 16 and 18s?
Oh, you get tired faster with bigger gloves.
Yo, YSM, you got an echo, bro.
Yeah, you get tired faster with bigger gloves. We used to spar at 20 ounces at St. Pete Boxing.
Also, with the bigger gloves, it's easier to catch punches. That's
the thing that kind of mess you up when you wear them 8s or 10s because you think you can catch the gloves because you're so used to using the 20s or 18s, and then them punches just easing in there.
Yeah. So do you think it's not that good of a idea to spar in 16 or 20s?
I think you should mix it up. Like, if you it all depends on how many times you spar a week. We're supposed to spar 3 times a week, so maybe you use the 20s maybe 2 times out the week, and then you go back to the 16s. But throughout like training, you should be training in like smaller gloves, like hitting the bag, hitting pads, and stuff like that.
So Bang, let me ask you really quickly, man. How's your experience been sparring with Keith Thurman?
Well, when I used to always spar with him, bro, it was always good, man. Always good. Giving him good word. He was giving me great word. You know, I just was looking forward to sparring him this year.
Mm-hmm. You haven't sparred him at all this year at all?
I want to see what he was about.
Man, I want to ask you, man. I really want to ask you, but I know you can't say much, man. I really want to ask you who got the better of who, but it's okay. We'll save that for another time, you know? Yeah, that's what I really want to know. That's what I really want to know. Like when I ask you how it was, like I want details. Can you share just a little tiny details of the past sparring?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it was a good back and forth sparring match. You know, I'm bigger than him, so I'm gonna just say it was a good back and forth sparring match.
Okay,
what happens in sparring stays in sparring.
I'll take that. All right.
Hey, hey, Johnny.
Yeah, what's up? Go ahead.
Hey, let me talk about something, bro. So, I heard Aiden talking about the UFC, right? They're like, oh, well, you know, UFC, they stack the cards, this and that. And then I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Thurman Barrios. They're like, yo, I'm not watching that shit. $75. But bro, has anyone even looked at the card to see what you're getting?
No. I haven't seen the undercard. I mean,
so you haven't looked at the card, right?
I looked at the full card.
Okay, you did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else that's on here, have y'all looked at the card? That's all I want to know.
No.
I have.
Okay, so you're getting Thurman Barrios as the main event, right? You also get Abel Ramos against Josito Lopez,
okay.
Leo Santa Cruz against Carvajal, and you get Luis Neri against Castro.
Oh, okay.
On the prelims, you get Fernando Vargas Jr., you get Amado Vargas, and you get Jesus Ramos Jr. versus Vladimir Hernandez, the guy that beat J-Rock. And you get Omar Juarez. Bro, you're getting 8 watchable fights.
Oof.
So the thing is, as boxing fans, bro, it costs money to be a boxing fan. We know this. We didn't start watching boxing last month or the month before. We know that it costs money to be a boxing fan. If they're giving you 8 quality fights, I mean, what are we crying about here?
Well, I didn't know that.
I don't think anyone's
crying that up.
crying.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I just think 75 is a lot to ask for someone who's only fought twice in 5 years.
But that's the pay-per-view price, bro. They normally don't change it.
I know. I listen. The hardcore fans, as I said before, the hardcore fans will buy it. They need at least 50,000 sales to break even. They probably do 50 to 75.
Yeah, I think that's
no, but on the cool, this card is catered to the Mexicans, and the fact that if this was a Golden Boy card or a Top Rank card, they'd be like, oh my God, it's so stacked. But the fact that it's a PBC card, they're like, oh, it's bullshit. It's shit.
No, don't do that, Brandon. Because
it's
the
true.
reason, one thing that Top Rank does better is they promote the fights better when it comes to the prelims and stuff. You'll see way more posters. You're gonna see way more on Instagram, YouTube. Like they put it out there more. We're not seeing these undercard fights. All we're seeing is Keith Thurman versus Mario. That's the only thing that's being put in our face. We're not. You're in the media. You're going and making sure you're scrolling through the whole fight. Not all of us are doing that, and definitely not casual fans doing that. So PBC.
Bro, you don't have to be media to know who's fighting though.
No, okay, but Brandon, I'm a hardcore fan, and I didn't go scroll through every single fight. So casual fans are not scrolling through every single fight. If you're not promoting the whole card, how is that catering to the casual fan? Top ranking them are going to show you everything. Like they promote way better on social media. This era is social media promoting. Show me where PBC has been promoting this whole card. I don't want not Thurman and Mario. I'm talking about the whole card. Where are they promoting the whole card?
Yeah.
And
So,
you
real quick,
know
let me
Brandon.
jump
You know
in.
Brandon.
Prove
You
me
know
wrong.
the
Show me.
Well,
Go ahead. One person at a time.
Let me go. Brandon, you're absolutely 100% correct. Hardcore fans are definitely. This is an excellent card for hardcore fans. I agree with you. I'm gonna watch. The only reason why I made this statement I made before, I said the only negative aspect of Thurman Barrios is that you're gonna have a lot of people making fun of the pay-per-view sales.
I mean, I get that, but here's the thing. I mean, they haven't even come out yet. You know, you never know. Mexicans might support the shit.
Okay, if it does, listen. For me personally, real quick, I would love to see Thurman come back strong. I think. Listen, he's got a 6-pack all of a sudden for the first time in his career. According to Bang. So I would love to see him dominate and then fight Ben in UK. I think that's the next fight to make for Keith Thurman.
Okay, hold on, Brandon. You keep talking about the Mexicans, but this is not being a Mexican promoted card. So why do you keep talking about the Mexicans?
Well, who's fighting on the card?
Yes, but it's not being promoted. It's not being promoted as a Mexican card. It's not. You keep talking about it. The promotion matters, Brandon. It's not being.
We still
promoted.
got time though. We still got time. There's still a couple weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or no? Is it 2 weeks or 1 week? They fight on the 5th?
Yeah.
Question.
February 5th.
Question.
But that's what I'm saying. Who is this
care?
card catered to, bro? If you put nothing but Mexicans on the card, honestly, it's catered to a certain demographic.
Yeah, Mexicans sell, man. Everyone knows that.
So
Like, Julius, I'm confused with what the argument is, though. Is the argument how well they're promoting or how well the card?
Because he keeps saying it's catered to Mexicans, so maybe it might sell. Correct, right? That's what Brandon said, correct?
Yeah.
But it's not being promoted. So how do the Mexicans even know?
I mean, okay. Let me ask you a question, Julius. Right?
That's all I'm saying. The promotion.
Yeah, but Julius, you mentioned Top Rank, right? Top Rank promotes longer than 2 weeks out.
I think Top Rank promote cards more than 2 weeks out. Yes.
No, I've never seen that.
That's you, bro.
I mean, listen, Top Rank's getting sued for not promoting their best guy. So, what are we talking about?
Hold on, Adrian. They're being sued for not promoting Terrence Crawford, so that's why the whole racial thing is going on, right? So that's the thing.
Alleged. Hey, I don't want to get sued. Put alleged.
Okay, allegedly, they promote the Mexicans and the Russians and the Ukraine fighters. They don't promote the African Americans, allegedly. So that's not even the argument. You can't use Terrence Crawford as that goalpost on that one because they're saying that they do promote other people.
Okay, so what's their next fight?
Top Ranks?
Yeah, what's Top Rank's next fight?
I don't know.
That goes to show you about promotion, doesn't it?
They don't have any fighters, bro. They don't have any pay-per-view stars.
What is the next pay-per-view? I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I said the next fight. You talked about how well they promote. Actually,
I said they promote pay-per-views better. They do more. What are you talking about? They have small cards. PBC sometimes just had a small card that wasn't promoted. Gary Russell's fight wasn't promoted.
All right, so you said Top Rank promotes pay-per-view better. When do they promote?
Top Rank's next fight is versus Crawford in the courtroom.
I think it's the Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's the next fight?
Yeah.
Okay, and who's fighting in there?
I know there's a young prospect by the name of Jeremiah Milton.
Okay.
He's fighting. That's
a heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight. I think he was either alternate on the Olympics or something like that. He's really decking. I actually know the young guys that's fighting on that card more than I know the bigger names. I think Bruce Carrington's on that card.
Hey guys, let me ask you real quick though. Would y'all be in agreement, right? The way the UFC does their pay-per-views, right? They'll put the prelims so you get some fights for free, and then they hype up the pay-per-view. I like that business. I like that. I don't know if you want to call it business model or whatever you want to call it. Do y'all like the way they do that?
I do. It's a different sport, man. It's a different sport, though. That's
but just hear me out, Aiden. Hey, hear me out, Aiden. Check it out. I'm used to calling you Jersey trash, bro. But check it out. So with the David Morrell card, right? What they did is they had some prelim fights that they put on FS1, and then the main card they did on Fox. See, with this Barrio Sturman on Fox, it's either going to be on Fox or FS1. You're going to get Fernando Vargas Jr., Amado Vargas, and then you're going to get the Jesus Ramos Jr., who he's 17-0, 14 knockouts. He's going to fight Vladimir Hernandez, the guy that just beat J-Rock. You're going to get that for free before the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
so
I agree with you.
They're kind of copying the UFC now.
So the way it really works, though, is it goes by the pay-per-view points and sales. So, like, as long as whoever's on not the main event doesn't want pay-per-view points, it's only going to just add on to it. Whereas if you think you're a pay-per-view draw like Tank Davis, you know, you're going to put on a pay-per-view versus an unknown Isaac Cruz, you know, last minute and you know, get 50, 60,000 buys. Whereas if you're, you know, a Keith Thurman projected next fight, you know, let's say he looks really well, when he fights Conor Benn, I'm hoping that happens, that fight's gonna sell big, you know. And then the undercard, the main card gets built basically from the main event, and it you know, as long as the pay-per-view points aren't being split, they really should have better cards. I agree.
Hey, Johnny, I got a question for Bang.
Go ahead.
Who's the hardest puncher you ever shared the ring with?
I've been hit too, man. So I'm trying to think.
Probably the real.
It's been a while, man. I'm gonna say the hardest shot I ever took to like the temple area was probably like Andre Jarrell.
Andre Durrell?
Yeah, but I only had maybe 17 amateur fights at that time. The hardest body shot came from a heavyweight.
Whew. He out here sparring heavyweights.
I mean, I was beating them up, and then he caught me with that body shot, you know?
Yeah. I feel so to add on to what he asked, who's giving you the best work?
Right now, nobody.
No. I'm talking about in general.
That's why I was looking forward to the camp, because it was different fighters in there. It was different prospects in there, other undefeated guys and stuff like that. So I was looking forward to being in that camp so that I can see who was going to give me the best work. Because I was just looking at Keith. I'm like, he the best work in Florida. This is the work I want. You know, and I was going in there with that attitude. I'm either going to beat him up, he's going to beat me up, or it's going to be two elite fighters going back and forth.
What do you think Keith Thurman does best?
He got great movement. He got great eyes. You know?
Good defense?
You heard me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
He got real, it's crazy, man. He got real fast feet. Like I said, I ain't been in the ring with him this year, but just watching him, he got real fast feet, man. He got great eyes. He hard to hit.
Is the pop still there?
What'd he say?
Is his pop still there? Power.
His dad? You said his dad still here?
No, his power.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's hard to say, man, because I'm not in there with him. I would definitely be able to tell you more if I got to spar him. But from what I can see, it looked like it's still there, man. It looked crazy.
Does he seem? Because I go on Facebook groups a lot, which I probably just stay away from because there's a lot of casuals on there. A lot of people are saying that Keith Thurman's motivation is not there. What do you say to that?
Nah, he's motivated.
He's motivated.
Very motivated. Yeah, he got something to prove, man. Like I said, I don't think he's looking past Barrios, but he's definitely got something to prove. You know, he want to get through this fight so he can he want to fight the champions. And I'm guessing he's chasing Spence. That's what it looked like.
I was just about to ask, what do you think he does after? You think he goes after Spence?
From what I heard this fight is a eliminator or something like that for the WBC. And then I heard there's two other guys. I don't know who the two other guys is. It could be Crawford, could be Boots Ennis. But there's two other guys that supposed to fight, and then them two gonna fight the winner of the Keith Barrio fight.
I think that's Boots and Avanesian.
Say it again.
It could be Boots and Avanesian or Virgil.
Yeah.
Bang, let me ask you, man. Let me ask you. How do you think Keith Thurman does against Errol Spence or Boots Ennis?
I think he beats. I think the Ennis fight would be a lot harder than what people think. I think he beats Spence. I ain't gonna say easily. Matter of fact, I am gonna say I think he beats Spence easily. Spence get hit a lot. Spence don't really move his head. Spence is a good fighter. I take nothing away from him. I like his style, but he's there to get hit. And I feel like if he get hit like that by Keith, he's gonna get knocked out.
Okay.
And with Boots do a lot. Boots got crazy movement. He got great eyes as well. He's a switcher. But I feel like that fight would be a lot harder. Boots kind of remind me of Terrence Crawford or something. And I feel like Crawford would be the hardest fight for Keith.
Okay, so the reason I bring up Boots is because everybody thinks that he's probably, and I'm almost in agreement that he's the best at 147, not because of what he's done, just styles wise,
Yeah, it's how he
just
fight,
skills
man.
wise in
How he
general.
fight.
Because he still has a lot to prove. Because
Yeah.
he doesn't have that victory yet on his resume that'll tell you. But from the eye test, he passes the eye test with flying colors.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had to bet, let's say the fight was happening after the Barrios fight. If you had to bet Boots versus Thurman, who you betting on?
I'm betting on both.
He said, I'm betting on both. Who do you give the edge to, man? It's okay to answer.
I'm gonna bet. I mean, I'm gonna get an edge to Keith because he got the experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been watching Boots since 2015 in the amateurs. I've been talking about him before anybody even went pro. I've been talking about him. So I'm gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if Boots pulled it off.
Mm-hmm. If Boots pulls it off, how do you think he does it? Knockout. So do you think that Boots Ennis will reign supreme at 147 in the next 2 years?
Yeah.
You think he cleans out the division?
He gonna beat all the top guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bad. My phone died.
Yeah.
Adrian, you're shaking your head, man. Go ahead, say what you think. You go, Brandon.
Does Boots have a fight signed?
He's working on it right now.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
In 2 years, there's none of these guys face each other. You think in 2 years he's gonna fix all the problems with the promotions and get a fight?
Mm-hmm. So you don't think he fights the top guys at all?
No, he's nowhere near that. It's gonna take 2 years is when he gets his first fight. He's not gonna fight anyone. He's not gonna fight anyone real like one of these top guys within the next 2 years. He won't.
I disagree because
he's trying to fight the top guys now though.
No, but his next fight is gonna make him mandatory for the IBF. IBF is very strict on the mandatory, so either Spence is gonna have to make it or fight him. I don't think it's gonna take 2 years for Boots to fight one of them guys.
It's gonna take 2 years, I think, for him to fight like let's say Spence, Crawford, Thurman. It's gonna take him at least because Thurman's fighting next week. You gotta go by the time frame how long these fights take to make.
No, but you have to go off the sanctioning bodies and the mandatories. Boots in his next fight makes him official IBF mandatory. The IBF is very strict on the mandatory. March.
I know that. When is the fight gonna take?
They're setting it up for March right now. Yes.
Okay. And that's him and that Greek kid, right?
I believe it's him or somebody else. Yeah.
Brandon, who's Boots fighting?
Maybe Castillo Clayton, but they may use somebody else. I'm not sure.
Okay. And that's what
right? Either way, Boots is gonna beat the person, right? Whoever it is, he's gonna beat them, and he's gonna be the official mandatory for the IBF. The IBF is probably, if you want to be a mandatory, the IBF is the belt that you want to be mandatory for.
But Julius, even if he's a mandatory, a dude can drop a belt or just move up a division. That doesn't mean you gotta fight him.
No, I just said that. Spence is gonna be forced to vacate or fight him. That's what I said.
Not from what I heard, bro. They're gonna give him step aside money, and this is what I heard.
They're gonna give Boots step aside money.
That's what I heard.
Boots has to accept it though.
Yeah, he's got to get to that.
They're trying to get the belts.
Yeah.
And like I said, from what I heard, they said they're gonna give him step aside money when it comes to that. They said they can keep us like they can either fight. They can fight Boots, or they can give him step aside money so they can go for the champions.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't think Boots would take it, man. The guy's from Philly. He's tough. I doubt it.
Bro, he ain't taking no step aside money. I can tell you this with certainty.
Yeah, I believe he wouldn't, but that's what the plan is. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my team talks to him shit like every other day. We just talked to him on Saturday?
Yeah. Yeah, YSM, they're really close to the Boots' people. So, anything they say, take it as credible about Boots. So I don't think he takes step aside money. That fight would be interesting, man. So
hey, but on the cool though, Aiden, he's right though, bro. Like, because it's like this, right? Look at 168. You got David Morrell has the WBA regular, and then David Benavidez is gonna fight for the interim WBC. Do you really think Canelo's gonna fight Morrell for the WBA, or do you think Canelo's going to fight David Benavidez for the WBC? Hell no. He'll vacate those belts and fight at 175 or cruiser.
Or he'll fight that Makabu guy.
Yeah, I really think that's the next fight. It's not Charlo, bro. I could tell you this from what I know from my sources. It's not Charlo. I mean, it may be Charlo, but right now it's not.
Well, isn't he doing the Makabu guy?
That's I mean, they've been going back and forth on it, but Makabu fights this Saturday, so that's what they're waiting for to see.
Oh, so if
they're waiting.
So if Makabu wins, then then they're gonna have something else,
But if
Johnny,
Makabu
I think
loses,
What weight
if
class?
Spence is still the champ, I think he.
hold on. Bang asked the question. What's your question, Bang?
I said, what weight class this Macabo guy fight at?
Cruiserweight.
The big dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the thing is, I don't know if this is true or not, bro. But supposedly they were gonna drain him. They're gonna drain the guy.
They're gonna give him a catch weight of 190.
Yeah. So the guy's got it. First of all, this fight's already bullshit enough to begin with, because that's, even though he's a bigger guy, like I understand, yeah, he's a bigger guy, he could crack, but this is a guy that realistically, it's a wet dream match style up for Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's already a bullshit fight to begin with. Now you're gonna drain the guy. You know what I mean? So it's just like everything Canelo does is just, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make me more. You know what I'm saying?
Quit hating on the GOAT.
Man, listen, the goat of these nuts, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Hey, the odds though for Thurman and Barrios are actually close.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yo, Barrios could fight, bro. He throws one of the best left hooks that I've seen in a while. So the dude can crack. The dude can fight, and his basics are like, he's like a very basic fighter. Not like throwing shade at him around, like everything, like the basics, he just does them so well.
Hey Johnny, so you know about odds now. So what I saw, they have Thurman minus 180, and then Barrios plus 140,
Wow.
which is almost even.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
That's
Pretty much. But Bang tells me that he's gonna get that. Keith is gonna get him out of there in the first 5 or in the first 6.
But how does Keith look? Does Keith look good or no?
hey man, he
Yeah.
real good, bro.
They say he got a 6-pack now.
I ain't never seen a guy with a 6-pack. Never.
'Cause I don't know, man. I've been hearing different things.
So well, think of it.
Whoa, Brandon.
Bang
No,
is in
no, no.
Keith's training camp. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What you been hearing, man? I'm trying to hear it.
I heard Thurman don't look so good.
Man, who been telling you that, man? They fucking lying.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just word of mouth. But I mean, shit.
As a matter of fact,
We tell on fight night.
because they don't even let people in the gym like that. When they're sparring and all that, it's just the people that's in the camp and the coaches.
Yeah. Throw away that source, Brandon. That's right.
Yeah, whoever said
But-
that, they're lying. 'Cause they don't.
Nah, but people talk. I'm just saying, you'll be surprised. People talk, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
it ain't no.
I mean, whether it's true or not, I don't know. That I don't know. But people do talk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, people talk in the boxing game. I hear stuff. We all hear stuff. You know what I mean? But the only guy that I know right now that can answer all those questions is Bang, because he is in Keith Thurman's camp. He's there every day. He sees them. By the way, Bang, I meant to ask you, does Keith Thurman still look sharp?
Yeah, man. He look a lot better, man. Look a lot better than he used to look. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. I think
saying
he
body wise or skills wise?
skill wise. I think he real hungry, man. I think he real hungry.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a statement to make, man. And he's been inactive for what, 2 years now or something like that. Yeah, so it's been a while. That's
So,
what
man, you've been in the gym with him, like right now in the past month, or just you haven't sparred with him?
This month.
Okay, you just haven't sparred with him though, right? But you've been in the gym.
Like early, like mid-December.
So really quickly, man, Bang, do you think ring rust will have any effect at all on Keith?
That's the hard part. You really don't know, man. You won't know until fight night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was saying, you really can't go off of sparring. Like I said, he's looking real good, but that ring rust might play a part.
Mm-hmm.
But this what I will say. I will say Keith dropped the bag on himself for them first 3.
Oh, did he?
So
Okay. All right. So I mean, at least the motivation is definitely there.
he might. I think he's gonna come out the same way he came out when he fought Danny Garcia in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
He came out hard, trying to get him out of there.
Yep. Yep.
But he don't got
And when he fought Lopez,
he don't got no injuries or anything like that. So we gonna see, man. He might get a if he knock him out in the first round, what y'all gonna say?
Shit, I'm gonna say Keith is back.
Bring on Conor Benn.
Because they've been calling him once upon a time, Keith, bro, because he ain't stopped nobody in a while, bro. I'm so happy to hear that Keith Thurman was he is one of my favorite fighters right now. So I'm so happy. Because like I said, I was hearing things too about Brandon, like what Brandon said. I was hearing the same thing, that he wasn't motivated, he was bullshitting in camp, he wasn't taking things serious. But it's all here and say, man. You're the only one that I know that can actually confirm if that's true or not. You're saying he's looking sharp, he looks motivated, he put a bag on himself, man.
Yeah.
The dude's got to be working hard, man. So let's switch up really quickly, man. So let's break down the fight. I'm gonna start off with Bang, bro. Yordenis Ugas and Errol Spence Jr., man. That's a fight that's gonna be. When is that fight? A couple months from now?
I think it's him. Is that in March?
Is it in March?
It's probably gonna be April. They're I got buddies that are in Spence's camp, and not Spence, Ugas's camp, and they said that they're already prepping for April.
Okay, so for April.
That's already good to go.
So Bang, man, let me get your thoughts on that. Let me see you break that down for the viewers. How do you think that fight goes?
I think it's a good fight. I think it's gonna be a back and forth kind of fight, but I feel like Spence gonna he gonna eventually take off in the second half, and he gonna win by decision. He's not gonna knock him out. I won't be surprised if Spence drop him or something like that, but it's gonna just be like a basic.
You think he can outskill Ugas? Ooh, that's gonna be a tough task.
I just feel like Spence just better than him. He better than the Ugas. I take nothing away from Ugas. Ugas tend to stand there a lot, take a lot of punches, but I mean Spence ain't Pacquiao. He hit harder. So he ain't gonna be able to just stand there and just take a beating or let him get off on him and stuff like that. And if he do that, he gonna get knocked out or dropped. But I got Spence winning that by unanimous.
Okay. Do you think it's a back and forth fight? Or do you think he wins wide?
I think early on, like the first 5 rounds, it'd be like a good back and forth, and then Spence gonna eventually break him down and make him start backpedaling. He gonna make Ugas start boxing.
Okay.
He coming forward.
Word. KP, what do you think, man? Yo. I think he disconnected.
All right, I'm KP. KP
here. You hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
No, yeah, I think it's gonna be a very competitive fight. I don't agree with Bang when it comes to Spence hitting harder than Pacquiao.
Do you think Pacquiao hits harder than Spence?
When it comes to the one punch power, yes. Spence has never been a big one punch knockout guy in his whole career. He hit Mikey Garcia with 700 or something punches. Spence, I'm not Spence has never been a one punch guy. He's always been a workhorse. He breaks you down and he beats you up. He's not Manny Pacquiao.
He said he wanted to show his boxing skills though.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
Ugas, one thing that gives Spence trouble though is counter punching. Ugas is an excellent counter puncher and a body puncher. I didn't like the way me personally, I don't like the way Spence reacts when he does get hit clean. Whatchamacallit, and Danny had a little success versus Spence when he did go to the body. The difference with Danny is Danny was so inactive in that fight. That fight was very hard for me to watch because when Danny did throw his punches and let his hands go and push Spence, he was actually having success. And then he would just kind of go into nothing at all mode. Ugas is not going to shell up. Ugas is going to fight. Ugas is going to be countering Spence. He's going to be going to Spence's body a lot. I think Spence cuts a lot of weight to make 147. So I think it's going to be a very close fight. I don't think so. If we go by betting, I wouldn't pick Ugas to win because I don't feel politics are in his favor in this fight. I think no matter how this fight goes, they will raise Spence's hand. I think Ugas needs a stoppage to win. And I don't think he'll stop Spence. I think it's going to be a very close fight.
Are you saying that you feel like maybe the odds are against Ugas when it comes to the judging?
100,000%.
Word. So you think if it's a close fight, it goes Spence's way?
It sounds like he got Ugas winning.
I'm gonna rewatch the Pacquiao fight. I don't. You said it's a hard task to skill Ugas. I don't feel like Ugas is the most skilled guy. I think textbook. We're talking about textbook boxing skill wise. Earl Spence is the more textbook skilled boxer when it comes to the 1-2 jab, basic fundamentals, basic footwork, cutting off the ring. Earl Spence is the more textbook boxer. Ugas is not your typical Cuban boxer. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, he's not. He stands and bangs.
He stands and fights and he counters. I think his fight goes 12 rounds. I can see it being 8-4 or 7-5 Spence.
Okay.
I don't think he stops Ugas.
Okay.
Yeah, them Keith's them odds are pretty close.
Very, very close. And I think as the fights gets closer, it gets even closer to the point where
You gotta remember
100 just to get like $10.
You gotta remember, a lot of people they feel like Keith is washed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Brandon, how do you see that fight going, man? Spence and Ugas.
Kind of like how what Bang said. I kind of piggyback off of that. I think Spence wins like 115, 113, probably 116, 112, somewhere around there. It'll be a hard fight though. It won't be easy, but I think Spence lands the bigger punches and he'll eventually pull through. The one thing though to look out for though is hold on, give me a second. The one thing though to look out for is that keep in mind, Ugas, he does good against southpaws because he's from Cuba. So because over there in Cuba, everybody on the island's a southpaw, like literally everybody. Ugas is probably the only orthodox dude I could think of. Him and what's his name, Bartholomew. Those are like the only guys that I think of that are right-handed from Cuba. Everyone else is a southpaw. Literally everybody else. So he could. So that could be an advantage for Ugas. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, he's comfortable fighting the southpaw. It's not something that's going to be at a disadvantage for him. But I see Spence winning.
Okay. All right, Adrian, let's get your thoughts, man.
Yeah, I think I agree with Drew's assessment on this fight. The only thing is, I really hope Spence moves up a weight class after this. I don't want to see him at 147 anymore.
I don't
really
think
don't.
he will. I don't think he will. As long
if he loses, I think he will. But
maybe if he loses, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to beat Spence,
he cuts so much weight, and the last fight, his last fight, man, he didn't look good, man. He looked really bad. For his own health, I want to see him move up.
We'll see. But hey, guys, I'm going to end the stream. Hey, Bang, thank you so much for being on, bro. Adrian, Brandon, Jude, thank you guys so much for coming on. And it was great talk, man. And until next time.
Peace out.